everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So today on my channel, I wanted to talk about a case I haven't mentioned before, and that's Audrii Cunningham. Another extremely upsetting, disgusting, infuriating case, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. I'm first going to go over my notes, and there are a couple articles I found that I just want to read the articles. I know that might seem like cheating, but it's not. It's just that I think the articles are well written, and there's just something to be said about them. So we're going to go over my notes first, and some of the information, or a lot of the information I say now, may be repeated in the articles, but just bear with me, okay? And I would love to know your thoughts about the Audrii Cunningham case down below in the comments. So, 11-year-old Audrii was reported missing by her family at 5:30 p.m. on February 15th, 2024, after she had not come home from school. Investigators soon learned that Audrii never even got on the bus stop to go to school that morning. This little girl's not making it to school. You know, shady people being trusted with our most precious gifts. You know what I mean? I'm not going to meander. So Audrii lived in Livingston, Texas with her father, grandparents, and other relatives. Audrii was reported missing. After Audrii was reported missing, 6 days after, her body was found near the Trinity River. This is according to Polk County Sheriff Byron Lewis. A large rock was tied to her body to weigh her down. After her autopsy, it was determined her cause of death was homicidal violence, including blunt head trauma. So extremely, not that none of these deaths are violent, but an especially violent end for this baby, this 11-year-old little girl. Before Audrii was found, 42-year-old Don Stephen McDougal was arrested in connection with the young girl's disappearance. He was charged with aggravated assault for an unrelated incident, and he has an extensive criminal record, which includes enticing a minor in 2008. He lived in a camper on the same property where Audrii lived, so he was like a friend of the family. Oh, and I want to say the rope used to tie the large rock to Audrii was consistent with rope seen in McDougal's 2003 Chevrolet Suburban. So McDougal, again arrested on February 17th in connection with Audrii's disappearance, has been described as a friend of Audrii's father. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice has records. McDougal has records that show McDougal has arrests and charges that date back to 2001. McDougal has been charged with capital unaliving. You know, since they recovered her body, they've charged him with capital unaliving. Carissa Davis was 1 year younger than Audrii when McDougal tried to undress her. 10 years old, this freak tries to undress her. It was in March 2007. She said she was at a family gathering at her uncle's home in Brazoria County. McDougal's sisters were friends of the family and brought him with them to the gathering. What an embarrassment. I wonder how his sisters feel. I really wonder. I mean, if they're not completely embarrassed by him, I don't know. What just an embarrassment. Because I know a family whose brother, Molested, 2 nieces in the family, and they are completely embarrassed by him. Well, a couple of them, you know, it's because one of them, he victimized her daughter, so there's that. And he's an embarrassment to the whole family, and they're all ashamed of him. He's not allowed in one person's house, not even allowed near it. And because of that, his mother is just sort of like, if my son isn't allowed, then I'm not allowed. And well, your pervert son isn't coming in the house, so see you later, lady. But anyway, back to this. Carissa said he went into the room that she was sleeping in with her cousin. She said he yanked her cousin out of the bed, got in the bed with Carissa, and tried to take her pants off. She said she jumped up. He grabbed her. She hit him. Good for her. And then she ran out of the room and found her aunt. He lurked around the house looking for her, but she was able to alert her aunt before he found her. What just an animal, you know? But yeah. And I believe he was sentenced to 2 years and was not required to register as an SO. Can you believe that? He was not required to register. And that's the thing. A lot of people think that the registry is a requirement when there is a sex crime, but it's not a requirement. It's up to the judge or up to the sentencing board. And he has a swastika tattooed on him. No way would I let this freak anywhere near my kids. Never, never, never. Anyway, so here's his redacted arrest warrant. I'm going to insert it here. Okay, now I'm going to go over a timeline of events in the case. And one part of it kind of confused me, but then I figured it out and I was like, duh. Okay, but so Audrii did not get on the school bus Thursday, February 15th, about 9 a.m. Or no, about 7 a.m. And Thursday, February 15th, about 9 a.m., a store clerk. Oh, okay. So this is the part that confused me. A store clerk at the Cold Spring Exxon said she saw McDougal at the store, the Exxon station, and she reported it to police after the Amber Alert went out. So what this is saying is he was in the store Thursday, February 15th, about 9 a.m. She didn't report it until after the Amber Alert came out, but he was in the store. She remembered him being in the store. She said he was ugly. You don't forget someone that ugly. But the police went to the store within 15 minutes of her call to look at the surveillance video. At first, that didn't make any sense to me, but then I figured out that's when he was in the store, but it wasn't reported until, you know. Thursday, February 15th, 5:30 p.m., Audrii's family reported her missing. Thursday, February 15th. What happened to schools calling to check on a kid? Because when I was in school, if I missed school, a teacher or a dean of girls or someone called to check every time. And, you know, when Marshall was in regular school, because he was mostly homeschooled, but when he was in regular school, I don't believe they ever called to check on him. I guess it's a different time, or maybe it's just different in different places. Okay, so Thursday, February 15th, approximately 6 p.m., this part may not seem important, but, you know, it was worthy of putting in the report that I read. So, news station KPRC received a copy of the police transmission. Caller states her granddaughter was dropped off at the bus stop at 7 a.m. and never made it on the bus and hasn't been seen since. 11-year-old female, 4'11", blonde hair, blue eyes, last seen wearing dark colored jacket. And see, McDougal was the one that was bringing her to the bus stop. So he already did what he was going to do. Thursday, February 15th, approximately 7 p.m., police states missing juvenile called in from county. They want us to check that address to see if she's there. It's supposed to be the mom's address. The mom does not have custody of her, never had custody of her, and has made threats recently to kidnap her. I want to look into that more. I want to know why mom doesn't have custody of her, because a mom has to do something pretty bad usually to not get custody of her child. Thursday, February 15th, approximately 9:38 p.m., a statewide Amber Alert was issued for Audrii from Livingston, Texas. Thursday, February 15th, sometime in the evening, not a specific time was given, a Facebook account linked to McDougal posted items for sale on the marketplace. A set of weights, a paddle. It looks like a punching bag and some stuff I can't identify. Probably trying to collect money, probably trying to get out of Dodge, you know. Friday, February 16th, approximately 9 a.m., a resident of Livingston spotted McDougal outside some shop in downtown Livingston. He was seen standing in front of his blue SUV Suburban. He was approached by police and questioned. Friday, February 16th, 6:30 p.m., McDougal was arrested on unrelated charges. It was an aggravated assault charge. He has a long criminal record, including attempted indecency of a child and, as I said earlier, enticing a child, and many other crimes as well. Friday, February 16th, 11:50 p.m., McDougal was booked into the jail. He was charged with Audrey's unaliving on February 20th, 2024. It may be February 21st. I couldn't find an exact answer on that. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with that, but if you know for certain, please leave it in the comments. And there really isn't a ton more information after that, but, you know, that's what we need, you know. I'm just disgusted. I'm disgusted all these children being hurt by grown-ups. It disgusts me. They trust adults to protect them. Children trust adults. And, you know, Audrey, Harmony, Madeline, Gannon, Timothy, Thomas Valva, so many. It disgusts me. These children trust adults, and the people who are supposed to care the most about them hurt them. Well, I know this McDougal guy isn't supposed to care the most about them, but he's, you know, apparently was trusted for some reason. They thought someone with a swastika was worthy of trusting. But why can't we protect them? Why can't we protect kids? And why can't we do more? I know it's hard. Society doesn't even know there's a problem until it's too late, but it's upsetting. It really is. So let's get to these articles. I'm going to read them to you. The first one is just from the Associated Press, so it's I mean, not saying, oh, it's just the Associated Press. I don't mean it like that. What to know about the death of 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham in Texas. Such a sad picture. Okay. And this is by Jamie Stengel. Audrii Cunningham, the 11-year-old Texas girl whose body was found in a river this week. This was a couple weeks ago, this article was written. Died from homicidal violence that included blunt head trauma, a medical examiner's office said Thursday. Don Stephen McDougal, 42, a family friend who authorities say was supposed to be taking Audrey to the school bus that day, or the day she disappeared, is charged with capital murder. Authorities had named him as a person of interest early in the investigation. He was charged in her death after authorities announced that Audrey's body had been found in the Trinity River in a rural area of north of Houston, not far from where she lived. Here's a look at what we know about the slaying. When did she go missing? Audrey's family reported her missing at 5:30 p.m. on February 15th after she didn't come home after school. Investigators then discovered that she had never gotten on the bus to go to school that morning. Authorities have said that she lived with her father, grandparents, and other relatives in Livingston near the shore of Lake Livingston. McDougal lived on the same property in a camper. The day that Audrey went missing, she left her home in his vehicle, according to the capital murder complaint filed against McDougal. The justice of the peace who released the complaint did not know if McDougal had hired an attorney yet, but said he had indicated he did not want a court-appointed attorney. Where was her body found? Audrey's body was found in the Trinity River at a location about 10 miles or 16 kilometers from her home. A large rock was tied to her body with a rope, according to the complaint. The primary cause of death was homicidal violence, including blunt head trauma, the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences said on its website. What's the evidence in the case? Polk County Sheriff Byron Lyons has said there is substantial evidence, including cell phone data that was used to help identify places to look. Also, the complaint says that the rope used to tie the large rock to Audrey's body was consistent with rope seen in McDougal's vehicle. A backpack believed to be Audrey's was found Friday near the Lake Livingston Dam. That lake is one of the state's largest reservoirs and was created with a dam on the Trinity River. what is known about the scumbag? I mean, the suspect. As authorities searched for Audrii, McDougal was arrested February 16th on an unrelated charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That complaint, dated Friday, alleges he stabbed a man last summer. Court records from Brazoria County, south of Houston, this is what I was talking about with the other young lady, show McDougal pled no contest in 2008 to felony counts of enticing a child and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Okay, so that's it for that one. So his criminal record shows right there he is a danger to society, yet this scumbag piece of garbage gets to walk around. Okay, well, not now, but I mean, Audrii could have survived if So, and this I want to read. This is from the Mirror, so take it for what it's worth. I know that sometimes that is kind of a iffy spot for people. So Audrii Cunningham murder suspect Don McDougal is a neo-Nazi with Aryan Brotherhood link, say police. Don Stephen McDougal, the prime suspect in the murder of 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham, has a lengthy criminal history, including prison time for assaulting another 10-year-old girl. Or a 10-year-old. She was 11, but that's how they worded it. Police have confirmed that the man suspected of killing 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham is a neo-Nazi with ties to the Aryan Brotherhood, a notoriously violent white supremacist prison gang and organized crime syndicate with members in and out of prisons across the country. The suspect, Don Stephen McDougal, who has a swastika tattoo, is a 42-year-old ex-convict with a criminal history that dates back to 2001 and includes time in prison for abusing a 10-year-old young girl. Oh, YouTube's going to get me for using that word. Police believe they have enough evidence to prove McDougal killed Audrii. Her body was found 6 days after she disappeared, tied to a rock in the Trinity River. An autopsy showed she died from homicidal violence, included blunt head trauma. I know I'm repeating some stuff, but I'm just reading this article. Despite his past, McDougal was close to Audrii because he was friends with her father. He lived in a camper on the same property as Audrii and her dad, and sometimes drove her to the bus stop or to school. According to the investigation, McDougal was supposed to drive Audrii to the bus stop on Thursday, February 15th, but she never made it to school. Audrii's heartbroken mom, who was desperate to find her daughter, blamed her husband's family for making her think Audrii would be safe living with her dad. While everyone was looking for Audrii, McDougal said he was innocent and even helped look for her. He went around knocking on doors to see if anyone saw her. What a scumbag. The sheriff, Byron Lyons, told CNN, some of the witnesses have even said he was in the community and knocking on doors, asking have they seen her. Then McDougal went online to say he wasn't guilty. He wrote on a Facebook page called True Crime Society that he was not hiding and was trying to help find her. He said, I'm not guilty, and explained that he asked people near the bus stop for videos to help look for her. But while this was happening, police arrested McDougal for something else. Last August, he supposedly attacked someone with a knife. The court papers say he pretended his car battery was dead, and when the person tried to help, McDougal stabbed him. The person who got hurt recognized McDougal when everyone was searching for Audrii. They told the police, who then arrested him and thought he might know something about what happened to Audrii. After the heartbreaking discovery of Audrii's body, which was tied with rope previously seen in McDougal's car during a traffic stop, the neo-Nazi ex-convict has now been charged with capital murder, adding another line to his long list of crimes. Previous assault of 10-year-old girl Don Stephen McDougal has a long criminal history spanning over 2 decades in Texas, including multiple times in jail and prison. In 2001, McDougal was found guilty of having marijuana in Liberty County. This marked the start of a series of legal troubles, as shown in criminal records seen by USA Today. The next year, in 2003, that was 2 years later, but he faced another charge of having marijuana, this time in Harris County, at the same time, he was also found guilty of having a dangerous drug in Liberty County. McDougal's criminal activities got worse in 2003 when he received a 3-year sentence for felony assault of a public servant in Liberty County. This was followed by a conviction for running away from arrest or detention in Baytown in 2005. In 2006, McDougal found himself breaking the law again, this time facing charges of having a controlled substance and theft by the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Also, he was found guilty of assault on a public servant the same year. The most disturbing incident in McDougal's criminal record occurred in 2008 when he pled no contest to 2 felony charges of enticing a child in Brazoria County. This offense involved attempting to remove the pants of a 10-year-old girl while in bed with her, as reported by a Brazoria County Sheriff's Office deputy. They really need to include that it wasn't like he was in bed with her because he was invited to be there. He put himself in that bed. McDougal's criminal behavior persisted into the following years. In 2009, he was convicted of unauthorized use of a vehicle in Harris County. The following year, he received a 4-year sentence for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Harris County. Despite multiple convictions and incarcerations, McDougal continued to engage in criminal activities. In 2014, he was convicted of theft and reckless driving by the Harris County Sheriff's Office. His criminal behavior extended into 2019 when he pleaded guilty to aggravated assault in Liberty County. Even after serving time in prison, McDougal's criminal tendencies persisted. In 2023, he was convicted of a resisting arrest. The criminal history concludes with a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in August 2023, and finally with the charge of capital murder in Audrii's case. Neo-Nazi ties. What is the Aryan Brotherhood? McDougal also has ties to the Aryan Brotherhood, as Polk County Sheriff Byron Lyons confirmed to KHOU, and is evidenced by the huge swastika tattoo on his shoulder and arm. The Aryan Brotherhood, also known as AB, is a notorious gang in the U.S. with an estimated, that's not even a number. It says 15,00020,000. So I don't know what that number is supposed to be, but it's estimated at that. Members both inside and outside prisons. Groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center and Anti-Defamation League consider it to be the oldest and most significant white supremacist prison gang in the country. Even though they make up a small part of the total prison population, the FBI says they're responsible for a high number of prison murders. The gang is involved in typical organized crime activities such as drug trafficking, extortion, inmate prostitution, and murder for hire. Only white people can join the gang, which has a 12-man council overseen by a 3-man commission. They use symbols like shamrocks and swastikas to identify themselves. To become a member, you often have to swear a blood oath or show you're willing to kill another inmate. Lovely. Just lovely people. So there's one more thing I just wanted to click on to see if there's anything I wanted to read from it. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is the other one I wanted to read to y'all real quick. Not that y'all aren't capable of reading yourself, but no, I don't want to look at an Ulta ad right now. Thank you. All the ways murdered Audrii Cunningham was failed while living with dad as grieving mom erupts. Okay. Tragic conclusion to the 6-day search for Audrii Cunningham, whose lifeless body was... I just want to see... It just repeats his offenses pretty much in this article too, so I don't need to read that. Okay. All right, let me close those windows. So how do y'all feel, about this case? And I guess I got to ask, do you think McDougal did it? I mean, I'm thinking, of course he did. And I'm sure the details are a lot more hideous than we want to know, but I'm just disgusted. I'm just disgusted. These people think they just have the right to harm our children. It's disgusting, or their own children. It's disgusting to me. I'm disgusted. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. That's it for tonight. I actually I went to the eye doctor today. I don't know if you can see, but they're still kind of dilated. So I'm going to go lay down because I have a little bit of a headache and I'm aggravated after reading about this joker. And I still have more notes I have to write on my next video regarding Madeline, but, you know, and I'm trying to stay on top of that. So don't worry, we'll be discussing that more. But I have some very exciting, fun videos coming up later this week. It's going to be exciting. We're doing something really fun, and I can't wait to share it with y'all. But I'm going to go now. But I thank you so much for watching. I welcome you in the comments, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye.